Okay, today we're going to go a little more on our next step with set design. You have already created a collage to give us kind of the general overview of what you want to do for your set design. So today you're going to start working on a rough draft of the overhead view. That's looking down on the set. So what is a rough draft? Essentially, it's a very quick drawing of the layout of the stage. It's usually done in pencil. It's not the greatest work of art, so it's not in color. It's not to exact scale, but proportions of things should be the same, meaning chairs should probably be smaller than tables, unless you're intentionally making them that way. And what it allows you to visually get an idea across, say, hey, here's how my set is going to be laid out, without wasting a bunch of time doing official drafting in a official painting. On a rough draft, it's real easy to make changes and have discussions at the beginning. So what you want to show on a rough draft is the set. You want to show all the walls, including windows and doors. Doors are important because you want to show all the entrances and exits that a actor will use getting on stage. They don't always use doors. Sometimes there's just pieces of scenery they can walk around. You also want to show furniture or anything an actor would have to walk around. We want to see how the actor will navigate and make sure the actor can always face the audience. Remember, in live theater, we don't have a camera to follow an actor, so the actor has got to work to keep his body facing the audience to stay what we call open. If you have any step units or upper levels, you kind of need to draw them in. Here's an example of a rough draft from a play called The Odd Couple. You can see it's pretty easily done. We have a table. You can see there's 6 chairs around it. You can see different areas to wander in and out, from the hallway into the kitchen, and a little bit of furniture on the back. Usually on doorways behind, they're labeled what they would be. So we understand if the guy goes through this door, this means he's always going into the bedroom. He can't go through the door once and say, I'm in the bedroom, go through the door again and say, I'm in the kitchen. It always has to be the same space it represents. When you design your set, make sure you design it in relationship to the center line. That makes things easier and it makes it fit to every stage. And we understand how pieces go to better easier. Keep your items in correct proportion and scale. I mentioned that before. We're not going with a ruler and measuring everything yet. That'll be the next step. But things that are bigger than other things should be. An example, a table surrounded by chairs, the chair should be the right size. So I could get a idea how many number of chairs will fit around that table and how big that table is. Same with a couch. Don't draw a mega big couch and then a really, really dinky TV or something. Kind of keep stuff. And again, be aware of the placement because we have to see how actors can move around it. Included in your drawing, you want to put a legend or label everything so we know what they are. A little circle or a square could be a nightstand, it could be a table, it could be a mini fridge, it could be a stuffed animal that you set on stage. So we need to know, and you have to do this by either labeling it or putting a legend. A legend is if you look on blueprints in the corner, usually in the small right-hand corner, there'll be a bunch of little symbols with labels. So I know whenever I see that symbol, that's a chair. Whenever I see that symbol, it's a window. At this stage, they don't have to be exact. When we make a really good blueprint later on, we will get more into the architecture ones. Also, in the right where you put the legend or kind of what your labels are, this is where you put the most important information. In this case, the most important information is your name, so I know who did the design, the class period, so I can link the grades correctly. I need to name the name of your show and the scene. A lot of shows will have different sets for different scenes. So you have to have the show and the scene, and of course the date. Then any other pertinent information that goes on with it. Something like everything is made out of cloth, everything is made out of wood, everything is made out of metal. Weird little things like that. So when I look at it, I know what I'm looking at. So your assignment is to create the rough draft of your assigned play and scene. Doing it on typing paper is fine. This is fine. Kind of put it like this. Do a little drawing. You know, if you fold it in half, you can get a good idea where the center is. Then you can either scan it and send it to me or take a picture. If you take a picture, like on the camera, make sure you fill the screen so I can see everything. A lot of people just go like, they send me a picture and I can't read it. I have to be able to read it. If you do it digitally on one of the drawing programs or even one of the many drafting programs out there, that's awesome. You put you a little step ahead. When you are done with it, you will post it onto the class website for a grade.